until now, getting a fine in a neighboring European country for the most part stayed in that neighboring country. So what does it say? That in the past, if you are a driver with European Union driving license and you cross the border and you get a fine in another country, that fine remains in that country. That fine cannot be carried over to the country where you are living or the country where you are registered. But starting from the 1st of January 2025, the European Union have changed that law. That is to say that if you are living in a different country in the European Union and you get a fine in the border or in another country within the European Union, you will get that fine in your letterbox in the country where you're registered. So you can no longer dodge that fine or don't pay that fine. From 2025, that's all changed. New regulations have just come in with the new year in all 27 EU member states, which means that if you get a fine in Italy but live in Spain, that fine will arrive in your letterbox. If you are fined for driving while exceeding the alcohol level in Portugal, it will now reach your home. So these are the new measures, one of the new measures the EU have implemented starting from the 1st of January 2025 in order to secure their borders, to control their borders. And one of the main reasons why they say that this law is being implemented is in order to avoid deaths. There was a legal vacuum that once had been resolved, but starting from January 2025, that legal loophole will sort itself out in the European Union. The joint exchange of information on driving licenses is expected to help reduce road accidents. So one of the reasons why they implemented this is to reduce road accidents and the number of deaths on Europe's roads. So is to reduce accidents and to save lives. According to the data, in 2024, more than 20,000 people lost their lives in traffic accidents in Europe. That's quite a lot. That in 2024, more than 20,000 people lost their lives in traffic accidents in Europe, and the Union has set a goal of 0 deaths or serious injuries by 2025. That is awesome. From now on, drivers will have to take into account that driving bans for serious offense, such as testing positive for alcohol or drugs, will be effective in all member states. This means that if you are a driver, gets a ban or lose points, the sanction will be valid throughout the EU. So if you're a driver or you have a driver's license in EU, just know that there is a new law now, a new regulation. That is to say that you must respect the traffic rules even when you are driving in another country within EU, because if you get any fine, you will get that fine sent to you in your home country. You will meet that letter in your post box. You can no longer dodge it because you are being registered in a different country that is not the country where you committed that driving offense. So you have to, moving forward now, tread with caution. That era is no longer there, is a new era now, meaning that any offense you commit in a neighboring EU country, driving offense, be it point, the point will follow you throughout all the EU states. If it is a fine, you will get that letter to pay that fine in your letterbox. So drive carefully in order not to endanger your own life and endanger other people's life.